you got ears. Did you wrestle or what would you do? And they're like, oh, you wrestle. You would like jiu-jitsu. And then I went to jiu-jitsu, and then like kind of the plan was to do MMA, but you know, I'm good now. But like it was just dumb luck that I found jiu-jitsu and journaling. It was like, oh, I didn't get to go to a football game, and I'm on my computer, and like I'm kind of going through a lot, so I'm gonna just try this. I'm just gonna write some stuff. But it was not like, oh, I didn't start journaling because I was told that journaling is a good thing to do. I just did it because I was bored, and I think that's like the stuff that I stick with the most is the stuff that I kind of discovered on.
I mean, that's wisdom. If it were force fed to you, it probably wouldn't happen the same way. Which is why I jokingly say, like, I wish I would have done jiu-jitsu earlier. But if I were told to do wrestling by my dad, who knows if I would have stuck with it if it wasn't my desire to do it like I did when I was 30 years old. But it's very interesting that both of these professional pursuits that you're part of now happened 10 years ago when you were 18 years old, the age that we say most people are becoming an adult, and you found both of them through, you said, random luck, and now you're a professional in both 10 years later.
Well, it's quite funny because like when I started doing these things, like started jujitsu at I was technically still 17 when I started jiu-jitsu because I started April 2015. Started journaling shortly after that, which became writing, which became posting, which became trying to be a like a real writer or whatever. Substack was like I started journaling. I was 10 years from Substack, but like that was a I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? What were we talking about?
We were talking about not only writing but jujitsu at the same time 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah, yeah, okay. So when I was younger, I felt very lost. Like I was like, what am I supposed to do with my life? And I had no idea that all of the things that I was gonna do, like professionally, were just right in front of my face, and I was already doing them, just not well enough to be paid. You know. So it's like that. I mean, granted, like it's not like I made money until like the last like 2 years. It was like 8 years of being fucking super broke and like pinching pennies and you know hustling like all the time, and now it's like still like kind of hustling all the time, but just making a little bit more money. But it's not like it was a like the things that I was doing at the time. They started as hobbies, so it was like hard to even think of them as jobs.
Yeah, but you enjoyed both of them. And granted, you may have sucked in the beginning, like we all do at any new skill, and we learn over time. That's the best way to get good at anything is enjoy it and also embrace the suck and the fact that you suck, and you will get better if you keep showing up.
Yeah, and I knew I wanted to be a jujitsu person, and like I wanted to make a living in jujitsu, but I didn't think it was possible. Like besides owning an academy, which like I'd like to own an academy, like and one day soon we're gonna be working on that. But like that was not the. I was like when I'm 18 years old, I was like, oh my god, I'm a blue belt. How am I gonna open an academy and be like a respected instructor and like actually have like people learn from me and stuff. And then the same thing with the internet. Like when I remember like I kept my first blog in 2018, and it was a WordPress site or maybe even a Wix site, like because I didn't want to pay it for the WordPress. Wix is free, and so it was like a site where I would just post little articles about like my training, and it's gone now because I made sure to delete the site when I like started writing for real. I like dug it up and found it, but I would like post all my training and stuff, and like I was like, this will never lead to anything, and I was right that particular pursuit never led to anything, but like extremely wrong in the sense that like that was reps. You don't see that as reps when you are in the like grand scheme of things. When you think about like, when I think about like why am I able to write something now that like doesn't suck? It's not because I am just like a super gifted writer. I was thinking about this the other day. Like, I don't think I'm super gifted in a lot of things, but I am stubborn and I'm consistent. And I think being consistent is like, that's a controllable that is super important for skill development in any, or like just like success in any area. I think it's like if you're just always there, it's really hard to beat the guy who's always there.
Wholeheartedly agree. I mean, we talk about quality of reps all the time, but you're not going to get to quality without quantity first, and that's including poor quality within the quantity. You got to get those reps, as you mentioned. But the more reps you get, the more you can be efficient in the quality because you are absolutely an outstanding writer. I love both of your Substack accounts, whether it's on writing or, of course, on grappling. But you have a high output. And we know, at least I know, how often you're training, preparing for competing, traveling. You have your personal life. You're engaged in preparing for a wedding. And yet your output, I mean, people tell me they think I'm busy. And I see writers like you and I know what you're doing, but you also have so much time in the arena both for grappling and coaching as well as writing. So that all the quantity you've had over these past years have allowed for efficient quality.